Hello, welcome back, my computer duders. It's time to play a console that nobody knows exists. Every time I stream this console, somebody's like, "What the fuck am I looking at?" And I'm like, "It's the new Atari." And they're like, "What do you mean, new Atari?" And I'm like, "Atari released an HD capable next generation console in 2017." And they're like, "Fuck no, no, they didn't. Don't you gaslight me." It's true though. And then they promptly, I don't say they abandoned it. It doesn't get as many releases now under Wade Rosen. Wade probably correctly regards it as a boondoggle. It can play ROMs of 7800 games. It plays original games by Atari since the acquisition. And it plays Yars Rising, probably the first really big game by an actual well-known studio, way forward. Should be able to hear it through the microphone. If not, I can turn the speakers on. For you. It might be a little quiet. It's all coming through the mic, too. I gotta warn you in advance, based on what I've seen, the gameplay looks good, the assets look good, but the dialogue is cringe. It's like nuclear cringe, and the characters are not likable. You can turn off the voice acting. It remains to be seen whether we need to do that. It's still kind of crazy we get this on VCS that they put any money at all into porting it. Probably will get Fatal Run 2089 on here though. It looks all right. I mean, you gotta think about it in terms of being a VCS game. VCS is actually slightly more powerful than Switch, so it should be able to still handle a lot of games that were on Switch. I realize I'm the only person, not the only person, like one of a dozen people who cares about this platform, but I love Atari. I can't help it. I have core memories in which Atari figures heavily. She's gonna run to work with a piece of toast in her mouth, isn't she? Uwu? Does she look like an uwu or an ugu? Did you just call it a magnet train? Isn't that just maglev? She's too expressive, it's one of the problems. Like she's dialed up to 100 in every single scene. And I already don't like her. We get it, her name is Emmy. It's low-key astonishing to see this running on VCS, though. To give you an idea of its capabilities, VCS will run Halo Master Chief Collection. But like Halo 4 and up run, or actually not, 4, 3 runs fine. 60 FPS, 1080p, but 4 runs at like 30 FPS. 30 to 45.
Hey Mal, still getting myself.
I don't care about any of these people. They're forgettable enough that their names have to be in the dialogue box in stylized text.
Emmy, I've known you since you were 12. They're not calling you by your handle. They call you by yours. Mal is short for Mal. Anyway, clear what to do.
Shut up and kiss.
Get into the server room, install the dongle.
Dongle. Oh shit, I'm gonna get canceled.
Good luck. Refresh and kick back, say hi.
This is reminiscent of Hackers with Angelina Jolie. Her titties were in that movie. Like 18 to 20-year-old Angelina Jolie titties. And she had a pixie cut too. I feel like tomboys.
Fair handles.
Why would you care about that?
Yours is a great handle. Whatever, Mal.
We're supposed to like this character, aren't we? Supposed to be charmed and things. I guess this corny style works better in Shantae, which is what the developer also made.
This place really clears out of clothing. Pretty, I guess.
So I'm playing what is ostensibly
Just don't work it late. Completely legal.
ostensibly a modern game. I wouldn't say AAA, like double it, maybe 1A. It's not indie either, though. It's way forward. And it's on an Atari console, so I'm happy. That's all I wanted. You also bet your ass I'm buying Fatal Run on this machine, which means I'm going to have to upgrade the SSD at some point.
I wish my cubicle had a view like this.
She always has to have some kind of... I don't know. Real people are a little bit more boring than this. Also, the controller has a little bit of lag.
Energy barrier. Hiding secrets, huh?
I don't know what I would have done differently. I guess not make Yars Revenge into a Metroidvania. I do like her transformation. She gets to be like a bug armor lady later. It's actually kind of a Kino design. It's also got a decent OST. I can wall slide. This is the sort of thing that would be on Steam for $5. Nope. No health bar? Still, I get a new VCS game. Maybe the last new one it gets. Well, that's kind of charming. Well, ledge grabbing. Let's see that again. Reasonable moveset considering I'm just starting. Can I grab that? Is that an item? Later I'll be able to. It's competently made. I don't hate it so far.
No cameras back here.
If they made it a little bit more serious, maybe. Oh yeah, this is where the Atari comes in. Oh, this is the
Anthony! Sorry,
this is who she woos for. She's his Discord kitten.
Using handles IRL is kind of lame.
totally.
Was that a giggle snort? Oh, that's unforgivably Reddit.
I'll be your assist on hacking. This will get you through certain locked Kotek doors.
Yep, easy mode. I just upload my avatar.
You're Yar, right? The little bug guy in your GUI and tattoo.
Very good, Anthony Ochoa. Then, Yars Rising until the Yars Rising came in after.
You're not wrong.
I think that's what it's called. Short for post-hardcore
What would you have done with this property if not make it a... This is just unrelated. It was made into a third-person rail shooter on Xbox 360. Nobody fucking remembers that. It was just a Panzer Dragoon clone. Oh, fourth wall break. Well, okay, that kills me. Okay.
Okay, first door open. Going pretty good.
It's a real game made by a developer who made a lot of beloved stuff. Where are they getting this money from, though? They bought Digital Eclipse and Night Dive. Where are they getting the money to do this? Is what I want to know. Oh, look at the classic Pong machine. Space War, I mean.
Oh, thank you.
What's up, fellow kids?
What's up?
Check it. There should be a big yellow terminal around there. It's called a think station.
Like to wash my hands?
No! Oh.
Did you just say law out loud?
Use them for all kinds of stuff, though. Like clocking in, recharge, but you can use it.
If I progress, how does that work in real life?
Shrug. Hey, while you're there, can you grab me some wasabi maple chips? Your boy is starting!
And to be clear,
Then again, isn't Shantae still 2D, though?
You know it! Refresh app.
I hate it. Then again, I hate most writing. This is your Metroid save station. Well, the one thing this game does that actually is pretty clever, that in terms of integrating the Atari content, is that the boss fights are also cribbed from Atari games. Like, you fight a guy called Missile Commander who actually shoots missiles at you that you've got to dodge or intercept.
hobby maple chips. Ugh.
What?
Lasers! Okay, I'm really trippy back here.
Wow, it's just so wacky. Just make her react less severely to everything.
A lot of air vents in this place. Huh. Yeah,
I think probably teenagers would think this is... A teenage girl would enjoy this, maybe. Maybe it's just not for me. Also, it makes total logical sense to bring back the actual game itself as a hacking minigame, which is what Terminator Resistance did with Frogger, if you recall. It's just Frogger.
update. Are you in the server room? Hey, Mal. On my way. But they've got some major security around here. Lasers. Surprise. Whatever's on those content servers, let's take a for vendor. Break in, install the dongle, and nobody ever notices me.
Oh, not even Senpai.
Project. We can analyze that later.
So this is basically cribbed largely from Metroid Fusion in that
Please don't notice me.
the structure of the gameplay is such that you don't have any weapons for the first half of the game. And then you have like a powered armor and weapons for the... that's not quite true. You do get weapons in your current form, but you don't. You get really powerful with the suit. in the latter half of the game, which makes you appreciate it more. Remember how in Fusion and actually I guess that was more of a Metroid Zero kind of thing, wasn't it? You don't have the suit, you don't have the suit, then you have the suit. That's what they do in this game.
Huh. I wonder what they pay these guys. They're not very, good.
Controller not work. Why controller not work? I think I lost sync there. Oh, I see. It's lying. It's not the up or down button. It's up or down the joystick. That's just simply incorrect information on screen. This is perfectly serviceable, which already makes it one of the best games on this console.
Looks like this is the place. Time to give the Cotec servers a vote, but like computer equivalent. You should stop talking.
I don't like her. She's not charming. Oh, fuck. It can do that? Oh, alright, don't do that either. There we go. That's kind of fun. Another anime waifu. Davidson.
Oh, hey, Mr. Davidson. Cotec. You gave me my badge when I was hired. Regretfully. May I ask what you're doing? I would prefer you not ask me that. Guards, please escort Miss Kira to the retainment room. Wait, like any viewer? That's so weird. I will join you there shortly.
Oh, giggity. Maybe giggity? Possible? You're gonna shoot her in the back of the head? She's like 0.5 Jar Jars.
All done, Eddie? In a way. What? Working on it? I wonder. Just a cute little robot. Scary HR lady said she'd be back later to fire me. Find your way out before she gets back.
Alright, so I can't get by the robot. Why would they leave this open here? Am I supposed to do this?
Time for air vents. And there's a possession situation.
She just stresses fucking everything in every sentence. It's like Space Invaders. Ah! There we go. That's tough, though. I don't even know what's going on, man. First there was anime girls, now I'm in Atari world. You know what was a much more logical crossover was Pixel Ripped 78. I still got my fingies crossed. They're going to do Dreamcast for the next one. Fuck yeah. Maybe some slight changes to her character design and voice would have helped it. Because you're going to be listening to her a lot.
Wow, you're so powerful. Come on, Sean, huh?
So, alright, so now I shoot energy out of my hands, which canonically is also what you do in Robotron. In Robotron, you don't have a gun, you're a mutant, like from X-Men. The last human in Robotron who's able to fight back has the ability to shoot energy from his hands. I guess like Jubilee, or kind of like Cyclops, but hands instead of eyes. I don't know why that they included that as a story detail. I guess just because it was off narrative to have you fighting robots using machines.
Thank you for that.
So yeah, so far a perfectly competent game. It's just I'm not invested in anything.
Emmy, you good?
I don't know what it is about.
That tricks are.
Nettist. That just happened.
Now, I totally missed. I assume you broke. Oh, yeah, totally. But guess what else? I found this huge rainbow-colored console that reads.
Whoa. Energy hand sounds sick.
I destroyed one of those expensive-looking. They must love you over there.
Actually, they're pretty annoying with. Huh. Sounds like some kind of physiological aspect. Wasn't sure they actually existed outside of deep web form. I thought about getting a boss mod once.
Can we please focus?
Yeah, I'm sure I know which one.
Is that on it?
What's the suit? You can just have superpowers in this universe? Also, there's no shooting up in this game. It's like the early Castlevanias where you can only attack to your sides. You know what would have been a better opening is to have her be the girl from lo-fi hip-hop vibes to study to. And have it zoom in on her window while she's doing that.
I almost feel bad destroying them. Oh.
Yow, cat. Yow, come on up. Come on up, little cat. Little cat, little cat. I love you. Meow. What are your secrets? What do you know? Meow. Don't claw my back again, please. I beg you. Please. I guess this just goes to show how important iconic character design is, and how not having it is immediately noticeable. Ah, cat! Why my cat hurt me? Why cat hurt me? I've got a sinking feeling that the last game we're going to see from Atari on the VCS is going to be Fatal Run. Just because they don't want to be held back by this hardware spec. Although they're not really known for next generation games, they're known for preservationist archival of old games and selling ROMs. Seems to be their new thing to do. I don't like her voice. You can't really hear her voice. It's like a Cartoon Network voice. I don't want to say Tara Reid because Tara Reid, or is that her name? No, it's Tara Strong. Excuse me. That's totally different Tara. I like Tara Strong, but or Kirsten Shaw. It's like just very strong, overbearing voice that's over the top, reacting to everything. I don't know why in a game it bothers me.
Hey, Josh. Anthony. So,
Looks like the whole place is on lockdown. The usual escape paths aren't gonna cut it. I can help find you a way out, though.
She wants the D.
not dying would be nice. Yes.
I just sent some map data to your phone's navigator. We don't have all
It feels like their heart wasn't in it.
but it'll keep track. I can also drop a beacon to highlight where you might want to head next.
It might have been a better deal just to pay them to port a Shantae game.
Thanks, Anthony. You're so sweet. I mean, in a room, you two.
I've got controller drift. Stop drifting.
Oh, I'm such a dork.
Oh, she's such a charmingly awkward character, isn't she? You get it? You get what they're trying to do? Oh, no, stop that. What kind of cable does this take? Kind of don't have. Perfect. The thing about the Atari console is it's not great. It's really on the weak side. It's got a beautiful shell, and they didn't pay the designer for that, by the way. The circuit board has etched classic Atari characters on it from the lithography machine. It's a work of art, but they use, I don't know what's wrong with the Bluetooth. The Bluetooth has extremely limited range. Like I'm a couple feet away from the console, but if I'm not even closer than this, then it doesn't work reliably. I still love it. I can't help it. It's like those mothers in court who say that their boy is a good boy and couldn't have done it while knowing he's guilty. I just helplessly love Atari, not for any good reason other than memories. In my heart of hearts, I just want Atari to be relevant again. So I'll support them in whatever they do. Nibble the quotile. At least there's more variety. It's not the same game over and over. Although, frankly, Atari should have released a sequel to Yars Revenge with variations on the gameplay formula, like these ones that we're seeing here, literally decades ago. They're kind of the kings of resting on their laurels. You thought Nintendo was bad about resting on their laurels and not making use of their IP? Although if this is the use they're going to make of it. When I try to imagine what else you could do with Yar, has anyone done an open world 2D arcade shooter where you can traverse a huge area just shooting and maybe like a roguelike? Maybe like a space shooter 2D roguelike, maybe? It's hard to say. Like, I guess they had to do something, and they did. They did something. This is what it is.
Hello, Blue Terminal. What are you?
Shit on a biscuit and eat it. Is there any way to strafe? What button is that? A is cannon. You know what? This is just not for me. I think they realize that having most of their fans being in like their 40s and 50s is not a viable business strategy in the long run. So they need to attract younger gamers with stuff that younger gamers like to play.
Violent body? Like, my body? Check it out. Can't be any...
Looks like Tetris. So I can't have every upgrade at once. That's interesting. That's actually innovative. It's like weapon management in Resident Evil. That's just a perk. It's got nice rainy cyberpunk vibes, but a bunch of games do. Good choices. Can you go through there?
Heading down.
Do you need to do you need to comment on that? I need a controller not to drift. There's Dicey. It's like a budget Switch game. Can I pick that up? It really looks like an item. Can't wall jump yet. I sense I will be able to though eventually. I think part of the problem is that they're inventing all the shit out of nowhere. Like, what do they have to go on? What the fuck is a quotile? It's like it's a cluster of like 4 pixels in the Atari game. What do you do with that? You have to invent a universe and a visual design whole cloth out of nothing. They did a job.
Oh, it's raining.
What's the point of that? What's the point of most of this dialogue? It doesn't really communicate. It's just little funnies. It just doesn't communicate much about the character. So writing is not a strong point. Character design is not a strong point. Everything works mechanically. It's a functional Metroidvania. And you know what I've said about Metroidvanias in the past, that I'll play any Metroidvania. I'm really getting tested on that this time.
Very dangerous. And very
A sane person would have bought this on PC. And I'm fucking dead. Nobody will miss me. Wow, I went back quite a ways. Thing is, Atari's in the same position Nintendo was, releasing Breath of the Wild on Wii U and Twilight Princess on GameCube. They felt like they had to, or the gamers would be mad. I forget what I was going with this. Oh yeah, Wade Rosen, new CEO of Atari, does not want to support the VCS, but a lot of people bought it. And a lot of their long-time, like lifelong Atari fans bought the thing. So now I guess he feels like he has to. So all the big titles are still coming out on VCS for the time being. I imagine he's going to try to slowly wean us off that expectation, because that's probably not a reasonable expectation to have in the long run. Which is a shame, because I love this stupid machine. What they should have probably done is put a cartridge slot on it, so you can play 2600 and 7800 games on the same machine as these HD games, instead of trying to sell multiple separate retro consoles. So you could have all your Atari in one place. Bonus points if you do physical releases of your games on the same format of cartridge. Like the modern games would be pretty keen, especially if it still had the same label art style. But now, for the first time, the game actually looks like the label art. I think it's probably too late for that. I guess it's kind of a victory just to not have made a bad game. Atari kind of has has a history of making those. Remember, Atari made Cybermorph. That was their idea of a next generation game in '93. So part of their strat is just don't make our own games. Get people who know what they're doing to make our own games. You know what I hope for is a new Robotron. They've got a new Berserk out, but it just doesn't do it for me. Looks like a Flash game. You know, I don't hate this. Again, they did more is less, or less is more. Actually, I fucked it up. It's a simple thing to fuck up. I should just use a D-pad. Which is a shame because this controller doesn't have a good one. Atari also has never really made a good controller. This is the closest to a good one that they've ever made. The closest to a good one they made on the 8-bit generation was the CX-78 with a weird screw-in thumbstick because they couldn't just make a D-pad because Nintendo would sue their asses into oblivion. Can you imagine what a different universe we'd be living in now if Nintendo had... Actually, it was Atari who turned Nintendo down. Nintendo wanted Atari to be the distributor of the NES in North America. And they turned that down. In one of the possibly the worst business decisions ever made. It would have completely saved their business and completely turned their fate around if we had had the Atari Entertainment System. Mario would be an Atari property in the United States. I think I bought a game for girls. I think this is a girls' game. This is attempting to get a young female demographic interested in the history of gaming. I didn't understand that when I purchased it. Since, to be fair, a lot of games with anime girls are in fact directed at grown-ass men. Specifically ass men. Why am I nibbling this? What am I doing this for? Meow. Wow, come here. Come here. Ugh. Loaf. Loaf mode. Engage loaf mode. Activate. Assume loaf configuration, cat. Assume loaf configuration. What a little taily butt. Let me see your wound. Let's see, make sure you're healed. I don't want you there. I can't see what I'm doing if you sleep there. Cat, the desk is not for cats. Desk is not for cats. Yeah, there's nothing here to hate, exactly. It's just like a worse Shantae. She probably should have just been a Shantae. Meow, what do you want? What do you want? What secrets do you conceal? Meow. If I squeeze your body, will another meow come out? It's just your expectations. I can't communicate to you how low your expectations are as an Atari fan. It's lower than being a Sega fan. It's lower than being a Sonic fan. Like, you have seen some of the absolute dog turd diarrhea that Sonic fans have eagerly gulped down and pretended it was good. I've seen Atari fans in their 40s reassure one another that Cybermorph was a good game in Atari threads. With my own eyes, I've seen it. It just... You know how far gone you have to be to believe that? So all you have to do for Atari fans to believe that you've made the next killer game, the best in history, is just make like an average game on their console. It doesn't even have to be an exclusive. Not anymore.
I mean, how clean does feeling need to be, really?
It's just a victory not to have made a bad game, basically. What I'm more interested in seeing is what they do with Night Dive. Which I think is what everybody wants to see. Are they going to make just more and more retro ports?
The whole building is on lockdown. Up I go again.
We didn't get Dark Forces remastered on VCS. Oh, destructible environments, cool. Somewhat. It's just Stockholm syndrome. If you were like trying to defend the Jaguar in 94 and 95, you had to be delusional to do it. Fuck. I already came this way. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go. That's the point of it. I think your hair is supposed to look like the fly sprite. I swear I'm better than this most of the time. There's just various ways to work in the Atari graphics. I guess the map is one of them. Standard Metroid blinking goal. Animations need flourish. They don't have flourish. Maybe this money would have been better spent just on porting popular indie games.
I've been here before. I think, yeah, pretty sure.
That would only happen though if Wade was intent on actually making this a successful console, which he isn't. Like I said, he views it as a burden and an obligation, and believes the future of the company is in releasing compilations and nostalgia bait for other platforms. And it's hard to argue with that. Probably that's true. Hello, Kit Kat. What are you looking at? That's still a step up in the world, though. It's a step up from making shit games to making games that aren't bad. Maybe the next step up will be making games that are okay, and then maybe even great one day. Cat, you're in the way. Oh, that's what those are for. You can break them.
Found another one. Lucky me, I guess.
Bitch titties. Bitch titties. Probably weebs might like this. Can't tell yet. I died? Oh, I turned into the thing. Bitch titties. It's harder than it looks. Fuck. That killed me too? Damn, this is hard. I'm streaming. So I'm gonna turn on easy mode. How much attacking did he need? Oh, and that's not even what I'm supposed to do. I was just supposed to destroy this whole thing. So there was a lot of manga at the bookstore I went to at the coast. It was like a teenage weeb shop. It had Funko Pops, it had anime figurines, it had plush video game characters. The kind of place you spend a lot of time in when you're 14 and think you're cool. Flirting with the cashier person. But she's a magical girl now. That's alright. It's not bad. And they had a bunch of mangas, but they never had issues like 1. People bought 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then no one ever bought the later ones. I guess because mostly tourists came through and they weren't going to be back to buy the later ones. They had Cells at Work, though. Cells at Work is actually Kino. I didn't realize there were Cells at Work story arcs dedicated to like reproduction or specific diseases and things like that. Things that your body goes through. You've never seen Cells at Work. It's like an anime about your blood, the different cells in your body, as if your body was a society. It's like the microcosm versus macrocosm view of biology. Little cat, I love you so dearly. I love you so dearly, little cat. You're so cute lying there. You're just a little burnt loaf of bread.
Your phone's picking up some new Ozbed.
Cryonic nibble. Thank God. I had good breakfast this morning.
I don't know if you'd want to eat those. Tryons are subquantum energy particles.
Eat what's in my fridge.
Maybe you can use it on those trionic energy barriers. I just sent a new beacon to your daddy.
Okay, yeah. I'll go check.
Do I have to equip it? Oh, those are perks. All right. This is an upgrade of an existing weapon. Like that. Was she squirting? What the fuck was that? Squirting is just pee. That's my spiciest take for this evening. She's just peeing on you, bro. Doesn't mean she's horny. It means she's gotta go. When you gotta go, you gotta go. And when you gotta go, you know you gotta go.
Yeah, good. I can see my apartment from here.
Why include that? Why include that dialogue?
You're hiding.
Kill your darlings. Less is more.
Cute.
Oh, I don't like hurting them. They're adorable.
Hamster. Okay, like everything else.
This is not going well. Oh, I can shoot now. Got him.
Master, I door hacking. That's a thing, right?
This has all the attributes of like a real game,
Exciting.
of a way forward game. It's just something I can't put my finger on. I guess it's just that it's a brand new character out of nowhere with no from a company that prides itself on nostalgia. It's kind of contrary to the goal of. Is it though? It's like it's a schizophrenic game design philosophy. A brand new whole cloth set of characters and world for a game that's supposed to capitalize on nostalgia. How does that work? Figure that one out. You see the conflict I'm talking about? Like, this game doesn't know what it wants to be. But I can't imagine doing it any differently. Or any better. Because It's just a really abstract. Yars Revenge is like an abstract painting you can play of minimalism. It doesn't have to make it doesn't never made sense to begin with. For fuck's sake. It's growing on me. It's got a lot of growing to do, though. Before anyone gives a shit who Emi Kimura is. Maybe that's part of it. She doesn't really have an iconic name. She's just like a bargain bin generic anime girl. She doesn't have an iconic voice. She doesn't have a pleasant voice to listen to. I don't like the characters in this game.
Why do you need a vent between other vents? Excessive.
Plays fine though. It looks and sounds and sort of immaturish. Or I mean the characters, but at the same time it has the polish and mechanical sophistication of a way forward game. It's kind of a dysphoric combination.
Looking construction wall? What's behind it?
I'm gonna give it more of a chance. I'm gonna keep playing it.
Oh, baby Serge. You take a nap up here.
Okay, I like that one. Like a focus group to test which ones were funny would have gone a long way. Can I kill these? Runs well, despite the hardware.
There's no more lasers ahead.
Does she make finger guns when shooting?
Damn it.
Alright. Am I in the right place? Yes, nothing over here. Nor is there anything over here.
Oh, look to your side.
No, no one's here. No one's here. You can tell Way Forward made this. Is Cyberpunk played out, by the way? I say yes. I think Short Talk and Nettist, and nobody else agreed with me last time I said that. One other person, I forget who, also said Cyberpunk is not played out and it will never be played out.
It's really boring now.
Fuck. Not in this one anymore. I think you're doing different things. It just seems like the go-to setting if you want people to like it cheaply. It's a cheap crowd pleaser.
Through, but your little robot butt.
She said butts. You can't have that on a Christian Minecraft server. Why not open? Why door not open? Door not open. Why door not open? It's kind of a marvel at times just to be playing a competent game on the VCS, considering how few of those there are. There's like Tempest 4000, Atari 50th, which doesn't really count.
Hello again, Miss Mrs. Davidson, I was just trying to find your office to turn myself in. Is this what it is? No. Well, crap. Okay, no problem. I'll just head back to our entertainment room now. What were you trying to install into our database, Mrs. Lamb? Where you work for? I work with Philip Ong, Kotek's Chief Executive Officer.
Oh, Pong. P-ong. Do you see what they did there? You see? It's subtle. You could miss it. Blink and you'll miss it. P-ong. Pong.
So, you work for a front corporation. Kotek doesn't just handle private with all the killer robots. You shouldn't have seen anything. You were hired to optimize our code base, but since you're so curious, burn Sentinel, pre-alpha bill, 0.337, initiate offensive protocol. Cancel that order, burning, whatever, control the content.
I like that. She just got anime. I got what I paid for, which is to play a real game on an Atari console again.
It's not a robot. It wasn't designed to be. Well, I was doing some work.
What do I do? Oh, I see.
What's the point of lighting it on fire? It's already super deadly. It looks cooler that way.
That is.
Attack.
It uses the ability you recently got. That tracks.
Multiple commercial purposes there for the big bag. You're looking at it. Well, it's me.
Bitch titties. Some of the dialogue is like half okay, and others it's just like why. I hope I can skip cutscenes. This is a novelty though. It's like a Switch quality game on VCS. It's a rarity. This is like the... If you thought Xbox was in a bad position, VCS is so failing so bad nobody knows it even exists. But I can play a real game on it. A real big boy game. With graphics and shit. It doesn't recycle dialogue, I appreciate that.
Multiple commercial purposes there for the big bag. You're looking at it. Well, it's me.
Why would you stop short of me? I get you. Fuck. Fuck! There we go. Shit. Fuck, shit, it's all in the mind. If you want to test me, I think you'll find. Why would they not waterproof it? Why would you not waterproof a battle robot?
All right, lady. I'm in charge now of this situation. I mean, not the company. Please, calm down. I will comply. What's going on here? What exactly is Project Build? You are in over your head. Do you even know who hired you to infect Allison?
It really holds your hand too, which I guess it has to.
Sorry about the mess.
Anything over here? Nothing over here. Now, if only we got like a third of the games of this tier published on Switch.
Back again, huh? You guys are calling sick.
But in the understanding that nobody in their right mind who's not intoxicated would willingly publish anything on an Atari machine, they publish their own stuff on it. I guess she kind of has her own identity. She's like Bug Lady, and Samus is Bird Lady. Music is kind of Kino. Megan McDuffie, she's done a great job with all the Recharged games. It's growing on me.
Yes, it's me. This is Elizabeth. Something like that. You don't know me.
Why? Maybe it's intentional cringe? Is there such a thing as cringe Kino? Cringe Kino's got to be a thing by now. Gameplay actually not bad. But I'm not looking at the recording window because there's...
Not anymore, I guess. Finally, let's get out of here.
Why would you trust it? Wouldn't they just wouldn't they just seal you in the elevator and wait for cops to arrive? Why would that work?
Everything's still on lockdown. Really, isn't she like upper management? I don't know, man. How we doing, Emmy? Not great now. I escaped, beat a giant anime mech, but I can't get out the anime mech. I keep moving. The worst thing is
Gotcha.
getting my steps in today. I started a beacon on your neck. There's a ton of digital things now.
They featured some of these lines in the trailer too, so you can tell they were proud of them.
Wait, no, that sounds like I died. I don't like.
That doesn't that doesn't tell me anything. That's only one way. Alright, fair dinkum.
Yep, front door is in fact locked. Corrupt.
She has personality attributes, somewhat.
Find another way out. You know, Mel's kind of judgy considering I'm the one risking my life.
I don't care about Mal either. These feel like placeholder characters.
Annie, looks like you're at the water filtration, but I can't swim. The Skybridge aqueduct runs directly through the Cotech building. But I can swim. Fine. Look for another.
I'm so happy to play this because prior to this, the best exclusives on this game were BPM Boy and Edge, Nowhere's Edge or whatever the fuck that game was. That was like a 3D Metroidvania, but it was like something off of Itch.io. This is by far the highest production value game that's come to this console in a long, long time.
Maybe you learn how to swim. Ow. Actually, Gio. No, it could be you.
I don't care about this dialogue. Oh my god, shut up. Do you not know what I'm capable of? I'll turn the console off. I'm a monster. I'll do it. I really wish I could shoot up. I don't mean... That sounded bad. Not heroin. He could shoot up. How come he can do it? I forgot about that thing. There we go. I don't know how much of this I'll stream. I can't really stream Cult of the Lamb until I have the followers I need to actually take on the boss. That feels like something I should do off stream. She emotes so fucking much over nothing. Oh my god, that's not funny. I'm gonna kill you with hammers. Like E.T.
No, these lasers look more effective if they didn't oscillate or toggle.
All the coolest lasers oscillate. I remember Corey saying it, ovulate. Like, why is it ovulating? In an Only Plays video. Which is a mistake that he would make. He's got the coon brain. A terminal case, if I dare say. He also coined the term mother-bearing hips, which is a certified hood classic. It's so effortless for him. Like, 75% of the shit that just happens to come out of his mouth is fucking platinum. I would buy a hardbound book of Coreyisms. I don't care who knows it. Fuck, this is getting dicey. I'm losing more health than I'm gaining, I think. I can't tell. I guess the robot designs also aren't cool, which is kind of a sin to make an uncool robot. That was not what I was supposed to do. That's also not what I was supposed to do. There we go. That'll buy me a couple more fuck-ups. I've got one viewer. Happens whenever I stream Atari. Is Atari fucking cursed? Did they run over like a Baba Yaga in the woods or something? Bitch titties. She shouldn't have risked it. Oh, fuck. Oh, I shouldn't have done it from close range. I think it has the mode for people who are terrible at it. I feel patronized. Somewhat. A lot of nibbling goes on in this game. I don't know how I feel about that. Shit. The little blinking white dot really makes this a lot more difficult than it needs to be. Got it. I don't have a wall jump yet. But at what cost? Do I get a health replenished also? Good, that's good gameplay, because otherwise if it didn't, it would just do me to die once and then return here. Which would be a pointless active withholding.
Where the heck am I now? This does not look like an office anymore.
This could be better, which is not a great sign, because this is like the premier game on the platform right now. Has there ever been a console that was so dead? Is this console yet technically still alive? Still, I guess fucking Sega Genesis still receives new games, kind of. And Super Nintendo, so they're... This is different from that, though, isn't it? It's like technically a current generation machine still. The baby event line was the best so far. I see. Oh boy, this again. Oh, shockwaves can get me. Ah! I fucking hate that thing. I don't know what. I think it's the quotile. More like the. Oh, fuck, never mind. I can't say that. You turn off lasers, right? Yes, you did. Okay, good.
And damn it, we lost your signal for a second there. Yeah, the whole thing about that is that I somehow ended up in a dark, musty, slightly sticky, and heavily guarded lab on East Coast.
Oh, God? I don't know. That's pretty sus.
Did they just? Did they just?
It is the very most sus.
Why would Kotek even have a lab like that?
Doesn't matter right now. Our priority remains getting Eddie out of there. Come,
See you soon.
you two. We can see each other. No, wait, that's not.
I like her a little bit more. They could have just called her Yar and said people have weird names in the future, though. I guess Yar is the bug lady, though. Who more closely resembles what was seen on the fucking cover art of the cartridge in the 1970... That was the 80s game, wasn't it? What's the point of that if I was just gonna go down here anyway? Not gonna lie, still boggling at a real game. Quotation marks, like you might see on Steam or Switch appearing on VCS. That's how desperate we are for content.
Are they buying these lasers in bulk? Come on already.
Not funny, worthless dialogue.
Well, purple mist equals death. Purple, maybe it's more of a lavender?
What was the point of that? This is making me irrationally angry. Actually, no, it's a rational anger. It makes perfect sense.
Another important lesson conceptual. What are you hiding?
Oh, I see. Fuck, that's cheap. Oh, that's cheap. There's no room to dodge. Projectiles don't hurt other enemies either. It's growing on me, it's growing on me. You know what? I can turn off their voices. I've been able to this entire time. There we go. That should fix it. If they included that option, they must have known people didn't like her voice. But that begs the question, why not change it? It's not that she's a bad voice actor. She accentuates all the stuff you'd expect her to. I don't know what it is. It's really hard to quantify. It's a fine art making a likable character. I guess more gremlin energy. She's a little bit too, like, fucking female howdy doody. Female... like female SpongeBob energy. If she's a little bit more unhinged, that might be good. Fuck. Fuck. I'm liking it mostly. It's really saved by just being mechanically competent. Oh, they're getting faster. Is that legal? How can they do that? Nailed it. It is satisfying when you line up a shot. Some of the original fun... Oh, she's got a folding phone. Fuck her. I hate her again. Fuck folding phones. Fuck everybody who owns them. Oh, she's got the tattoo. Let me suck your penis!
Roll your missile.
Tryons, actually. Remember those sub-quantum energy particles I told you about?
How do you know this?
Maybe? No.
You should be able to see them now. My research indicates you can nibble them out of it. Then your new augment should convert that tryonic energy.
Convert? Like, where? Can I come in?
Probably best not to think about it.
Okay, thanks, Anthony.
Check your navi. We're getting some weird readings nearby.
Is this all your team does for you? X. How do I activate it? Okay, this is clearly where I meant to first use it. Okay, so it lied to me again. It was actually the Y button. On-screen prompts don't match actual controls. Not a good sign. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 7 years after this console has launched. the rotational direction of the spinning controller for Tempest 4000 still hasn't been fixed. Because there's not any money in fixing it. So I don't anticipate any updates for this game either. Really just a one-time sweetheart deal for Atari. Oh. It is harder. Not in a fun way either. Do I have the shit? No, I need the thingies, don't I? Particles. Y button does nothing. Oh, fuck. Can I not activate this? It would appear not. Nettis, you still there? Did Time Dog find us again? Oh, fuck. I'm stupid. I like that the purple sign from Mario apparently exists across universes. That's HRT. Don't fall in it! Gotta be particles nearby. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Maybe I missed some in this room. Aha, here we go. No, that's not what I needed. Oh, these respawn! Of course, of course. I knew it from the start. I was testing you. You passed this time. There you go. I should probably save here. Production values are there. I see what you mean about the animations, but they're fine. I can see how this design concept made a lot of sense on paper. I don't know that it came together exactly how they hoped. I just would not have made a Metroidvania out of Yars Revenge. It's hard to say what the right answer would have been. I understand they wanted to do something with Yars Revenge because that's just the best selling and best known 2600 game ever. But like nobody under my age range has ever heard of it, so I don't know what's significant. Like it's still a deep cut. That is a very deep cut for Zoomers. Zoomers aren't going to know what Yar is. Do you think a surgery, a brain surgery to remove emotions would be possible, or like a drug? And if so, would that be considered? Would like the FDA approve that drug? Wouldn't it violate? Because it's not really fixing anything. But then neither are a lot of drugs that do things people have effects people want. Like a lot of it's philosophical, whether or not a problem is really a problem or not. I guess Prosium from the film Equilibrium, could that really exist? This is the only part that's significantly different from any Metroidvania before it. I like that. I should not fall in there. Gotta go up. Wait a minute, what did I get? Health up. It's nothing. Oh, is there wall jumping? Not really. Which I guess is fair. I mean, has anyone in chat ever tried to wall jump in real life? It's like Naruto running. It's something I think every one of us tried when younger, and quickly discovered, in fact, that's not a thing that you can do. At least at a realistic fitness level. What was that for? Why did I do that? This also switches things up significantly about halfway through, where you're no longer inside the cyberpunk dungeon. Like environmentally, it gets switched up big time, as well as the gameplay, which is good. Because this is already wearing on me. Where am I supposed to go? Do I go around? I go around, don't I? I think a review I watched said it's too by the numbers, and I see what he means. Like, it ticks all the boxes exactly. There's very little new going on. Maybe literally just make the main character Yar the Bugman from Yars Revenge instead of an anime girl. Would that not have had as much appeal? I feel like it would have been received better. Because Yar has more to do with Yars Revenge than anime girls. Not everything has to be anime girls all the time. Not to sound gay or nothing. Aha, here we go. Oh, now we're playing Centipede. I remember reading a really funny copy pasta about a guy whose father used to love Centipede, but he got irrationally angry at Millipede because he thought Millipede was a knockoff when it's in fact a sequel made by the same people. But there's like a 20 to 30 year gap between the time that he swore he would never play Millipede for an erroneous reason and when he discovered he'd been wrong in his assumptions the whole time. I'm not gonna play Millipede. They're trying to bamboozle me. No, Dad, you're actually retarded. Millipede is a sequel to Centipede. You think there are any like serious gamers in the Atari era? It seems like it'd be hard to really get into games when there was so little to them.
What is two?
I guess it was more about the arcades back then.
Don't say aliens, I mean, that's not. There's been zero widely accepted, but still,
Oh, flashback. Lore dump.
maybe 5 or 6? Back in that junk of an apartment complex with my mom. It's where I learned how to code and build hardware, and not much else in life. But that night,
Her intonation is the same in every situation.
hell is that?
Have you noticed?
Are you an alien?
Oh, hey, it's Yar.
You, I'm probably. No, we're no aliens. They're aliens. Showed you my toys, my gear, whatever I had lying around. And he showed me things I didn't understand from his world. Objects made of light, which seem pretty familiar now. And then, gave me you, my Yar. I always thought you were a birthmark, always said you were a tattoo. But it lived inside me ever since that night. Making me
Pretty big
sick.
story development.
And as soon as he gave it to me,
Oh, little cat.
holy crap, they're aliens! I remember now. I remember everything.
That's a pretty convenient thing to have forgotten and suddenly remembered. As a story beat. Those are aliens.
Hey! What are you doing? Get away from that bug! You're hurting it!
Do not defy the code fire.
I have no investment in whatever that is. It's fucking dead. Let's eat it.
Annie, what's wrong? I'm kind of freaking out here. I encountered a room full of aliens in tubes, and I don't know if they're alive or dead or napping or... Hey, calm down. Just follow the beacon on your nap. We'll get you out.
Are you not concerned that I found aliens?
Don't let me become some alien's experiment now. Guess code tech is up to more than we initially thought.
If this was an H game, I could definitely fuck that thing. There'd be a whole scene for it and everything. Am I too coon brained? Am I? Oh, whoa, fuck! What the shit? A totally unique form of alien life, and I just murdered it. Probably justifiable some way. That's what humans do best, right? Fuck, web crawler, that takes me back. Gotcha. Do I need to kill all of them, or... Nope, there's more of them here. This is, just like my Japanese animes. Is that racist to say that they're gross, or is it spacist? Because they're aliens? Do I need to worry about that? Shit. Fuck, there's so many of them. And they seem to respawn if I'm off screen, so I just won't retreat from now on. Anything up here? There is something up here. Gamer instinct validated. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. At least their voice is turned off. Also not what lasers are like at all. I like it mostly. It's a game. It's like a 6 out of 10 on any other platform. Why do they gotta turn at the same time? Why you gotta do that? Nope, no you don't. You fucking don't. No! Yo! There we go. It's a game, it's got gameplay. A competent dev made this. It's just like the DNA of the gameplay concept that's kinda dubious. Maybe like Armada. You ever play Armada on Dreamcast? That might have worked as the Yars Revenge. I think that would have worked. There's also an Armada MMO that nobody fucking knows about. Besides me, seemingly. Bitch titties, but good this time. It's no Hollow Knight. Is the issue. It's got a lot of competition in this space. I guess the bug theme kind of carries it, and the old Atari. It's got an identity of its own for sure. I just don't know who this is for, because it's going to alienate the boomers who still like Atari and remember Yars Revenge, and it's not going to resonate with Zoomers who don't know what the fuck that is. Alright, what am I supposed to do here? Oh, the canisters. Can I... no, I don't have the power up yet. Probably what I get next. That was a juicy explosion. It does make you choose when to use the missiles carefully, though, because you need them to open the doors, but you also need them in combat. And I can't wall jump. My money would be on that being the next power-up. Fuck are you? I don't even have any beef with you. I don't want to kill you. Why is that? Why are we forced into combat? What sort of cruel world is this? They're cute. I don't hate them. Why must I shoot? Why must I shoot you? You know what game had a good female protagonist that was charming? Is Witchblood, which is an extremely similar game to this. It was a side-scrolling 2.5D Metroidvania. But had a very sympathetic, charismatic woman main character who was accused of being a witch and had to fight her way through a bunch of pilgrim-looking Puritans. Which I guess today might be considered woke, but it didn't come off that way. You do after all become a witch in the course of the game. Maybe it would be worth their while to pay for ports of games like Witchblood, which are for VR but would work perfectly on a non-VR system. That could be a niche. Oh fuck him. Oh, I died. Didn't send me back to the Pong room though. Alright, I need a power up for this. Sewer level count. Har har. Taking all bets. Wall jump or swim. Fuck, this is a hard one. This is tough. Oh, I'm gonna get pity. There's more to it. It's multi-stage. Oh, you can't enter them from any angle now. Oh, fuck. Bitch titties. Am I safe in here? What is the point of these little pocket zones? Take cover in those ion zone fragments. Alright, they're cover. Had I known that sooner. Gotcha. I just don't know if I'm autistic enough for this. I'm close. It's not for lack of trying. These sections look cool visually. Also having bug-themed power-ups.
Rhinos are going wild. Another awesome. Seems to be. Right hopper legs. Well, maybe you can jump higher now. You're thinking of crickets. Whatever. Sending you a new beacon now. Love you for now.
Yes, I do. Gotcha. So left. What did I say? Wall jumping. And it's pretty effortless to pull off, too. And this is fun. In the way like Metroid 1 is fun. I just think alien bugs are always basically Kino. No, they're a safe enemy to use. Nobody minds killing bugs, which means we're going to be really fucked if we make first contact and aliens turn out to be bugs. Cross that bridge when we come to it. Until then, make all the enemies insects and just slaughter them remorselessly. Find a safe station. I really wish I could shoot up. I still don't really understand why I can't. Oh, this is tough. Are you fucking kidding me? This is torturous. Oh, this is torturous. One needs reflexes I do not possess for this. Fucking give up. My thumb hurts. I don't think I'm equipped for that yet. I need to find a save point. Those ones are actually cute. I don't like hurting them. Am I supposed to be going here? It really looks like I'm not. It really looks like I'm not. I can't tell though. Cat, what are you doing on my desk? Here we go. I'm gonna bump it up to a 7. This is like... This would have been a mid-upper tier GameCube game had it come out in that era. I don't hate it, and that's a victory for Atari fans everywhere. Oh, there are tens of us! Tens of us! Maybe a dozen or more Atari fans. A dozen strong. So that's it for this evening. I guess I'm going to be streaming something more popular next time, probably Cult of the Lamb, because this really killed viewership. It's also having to restart halfway through. Because OBS did a weird thing I've never seen it do before. I hope that doesn't happen again. I think it's because I had a browser open with a billion tabs, because I'm a power user like that. Thank you all for joining me. Get at me again on Friday, same hand time, same hand channel at 7 o'clock p.m. West Coast time, 11 o'clock p.m. This is your friendly neighborhood handout signing off for returning you to your regularly scheduled sleepy time. No raid tonight. Straight to bed. Cuddle with your cats.